Hey guys, welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I want to talk about the spear a little bit more. This was released inside of Snapshots yesterday on Java Edition. It will be coming to Bedrock soon and Minecraft have confirmed that. But the spear is a unique weapon. It doesn't act like any other weapon we have in the game, but there are definitely some changes that Minecraft need to make. And today I want to talk about some of them, and I also want to talk about some features I would like to see added to the spear. Now, the first thing I want to cover about the spear is what I think is a bug, and I think Minecraft are going to patch this out. And this bug is you can currently hit mobs with the spear through blocks. Now, I can guess why this is probably a thing. It's probably because the spear has a range to it, so when you get within a certain range of a mob, if you are looking at them, they will take damage, as you can see. And I'm guessing Minecraft just haven't added a check to see if there are blocks in between you and the mob you're attacking. Now, this is something they might keep, but I'm expecting it to be a bug because if I run at this creeper, you can see the creeper does get damaged. Although I technically cannot see the creeper is behind that wall. And if I quickly just block it in completely, you can now see that if I run at this wall, you can see in the subtitles the creeper is still hurt. Although there are no blocks that I could possibly see the creeper. Now, once again, I think this is a bug, and I think they are probably going to patch this out at some point in Snapshots, because this is very overpowered if you can just run up to a mob and damage them through a wall, because especially in PvP where a player can't see you, if you could run up to them and just damage them, that is not really fair. It could be a cool mechanic as maybe an enchantment, but I think as a base feature, it definitely shouldn't be a thing. But that's just my opinion. A lot of people might like it. Now, lunge enchantment is an enchantment that can only go on spears, and it only affects the jab. It doesn't affect the charge attacks, but if you were to jab forward, you kind of get propelled. Now, the distance depends on a few factors. First off, the speed of the player and also the enchantment level. For lunge 1, I'm going forward about 1 block. For lunge 2, it seems to be about 2 blocks, and for lunge 3, it seems to be about 3 blocks. But if you add some speed, that can go a little bit further. Now, what is the issue with the lunge enchantment? Well, the big issue is the durability damage that gets taken when you use this enchantment. For example, if I go in survival mode and use the jab, we can see that with lunge 1, it uses 8 durability. For lunge 2, you can see it uses pretty much half. And if I use lunge 3, it instantly breaks a wooden spear. So you can see 1 lunge and the spear is gone for the wooden tier. Now, if I quickly just do the same with copper, it does the same with copper. It uses pretty much all of the durability, meaning that I can lunge twice and it's broken. Now, this is Minecraft's way of balancing the spear, so you can't basically just keep lunging forward. Because if the spear didn't take any durability damage when you did this, you can basically just keep going around your world like so. And although it's not that big of a distance, the more speed you add and things like that, the faster you go. And you can see when I start adding momentum, I'm going quite quick. It doesn't work while gliding with an elytra, which I think is a good thing because then it doesn't work like Riptide. So you can see once again, if I start gliding with the elytra, if I boost and I try to jab, you can see it's only jabbing, it's not lunging me forward, even if the rocket boost does wear out. But I think the durability cost is way too high. I think it should be between 1 and 10, with maybe 20 being the most. Because if we quickly just have a look at all the different spears, lunge 3 instantly breaks wooden. It has 2 uses on copper, and I'm pretty sure it will also insta-break stone. So if I jab with it, no, it does it, but with 3 durability left. Lunge is not really that useful on wooden spears, stone spears, nor is it useful on copper. And I'm guessing it's the same with iron. So how many uses can we get? That's 1 jab, that's 2 jabs. So once again, iron only has 2 jabs. Now, diamond and netherite have quite a few more because their durability is a lot higher. But I'm guessing gold also don't have that many jabs. I'm guessing probably 1 or 2. And you can see just from 1 jab, it's gone. So that means from lunge 3, the only spears that have more than 2 uses is the diamond and netherite. So I definitely think the durability taxing does need to be decreased quite a bit. I think it should be for 1, it maybe uses 3, then for level 2, it uses 5, and then for level 3, it uses 10. But maybe there could be another way for Minecraft to nerf it rather than just taxing durability. So I think they could add maybe a cooldown between the jabs. So when you jab, it sets like a cooldown like ender pearls. So let's quickly just show that for anyone who don't know. So if I throw this ender pearl, you can see it has a cooldown. So when you jab with lunge, maybe there could just be like a 5-second cooldown or something to balance it. And one thing, you cannot put mending with lunge, so this does break the enchantment a lot more, because it means the only way to repair it, or the item to repair that kind of tier. Which once again, inside of anvils, you only have a certain amount of uses before it comes up as too expensive. And let me quickly just showcase this. So if I throw the lunge in there with mending, it doesn't work because it don't support both of them on the same spear. Now, you can put unbreaking, and unbreaking does decrease the amount of damage, I believe. So let's quickly just try this. Let's also throw unbreaking in there with a wooden one, because I want to see if we can stop the wooden one from breaking with one lunge 3 forward. So once again, we now have unbreaking and lunge, and if I dash forward, yes, there we go, that's better. It's only removed about half of what it did before. I'm guessing this is kind of random because it's randomized when it does use durability. You can see this one right here only has 19, where this one has 31. Now let's quickly just test how many lunges a netherite spear has. After using it for the 16th lunge, it is now broken. Once again, that can be increased with unbreaking, but 16 uses isn't that good for an item that has 2031 durability. So I have quite a few different enchantments right here, so let's quickly just see what ones we can and can't put on the spear. I've gone in survival mode because I know in creative mode sometimes you can put enchantments that can't be put on in survival. So we have punch, cannot, quick charge, can't, we also have sweeping edge, can't, smite, okay, smite can go on a spear. That's interesting, so I'm guessing sharpness also can. Power cannot, that's understandable. We then have looting. Looting can go on a spear. This does make these quite good then, because swords can have looting, but I don't think axes can, and axes can be used as a weapon. Knockback can also go on a spear. That's kind of good. It means you can take use of the knockback ability a little bit more. And don't forget, the spears do provide knockback by default, so increasing that will be really good. We then have impaling, which can't. We have fire aspect, which can. We then have efficiency, which cannot. And finally, bane of arthropods, which can. So it seems like we have sharpness, smite, fire aspect, knockback, looting, and bane of arthropods. And then obviously we have lunge and unbreaking, and also the curse of vanishing can go on the spear. There are more enchantments for the spear than I first thought. Now the final thing I want to talk about in this video is the spear use. Now the spear does more damage depending on how fast the player is going, and also the mob you are attacking. So I've opened up the Minecraft wiki because we are looking at the transportation page, which shows all the different ways of moving and also the average speed. You can see most things in the game linger between 4 blocks per second and about 10. The fastest way to move in Minecraft is a Trident and Riptide 3 with perfect timing, and that can get you 632 blocks per second. Now this does require perfect timing, so it's a bit harder to pull off, but if you use a Trident and Riptide without the perfect timing, it's about 375 blocks per second. And that is a big increase from the next one, which is 146, and this is mixing a load of things in water like Dolphin's Grace, Depth Strider, Soul Speed, and things like that. So we are going to use the Trident and Riptide, and let's see how much damage we can deal in survival mode. Now I've summoned a Warden, and the first thing I want to do is increase this Warden's attribute of scale, so it is a lot bigger. Now making it a lot bigger, this means that I can hit it a lot easier, meaning that we don't have to sit here for hours making sure I hit the mob. Now the spear is going to require a lot of practice because it's one of them things that you need to make sure you use correctly, and there are a lot of factors that are taken into account when dealing damage. And I do the same thing going this way. Let's now dash as quickly as we can to build up as much speed as possible. And then when we are near the Warden, we are going to put out the spear and deal some damage. So Warden has about 500 health. Let's see how much health this Warden has left. It has 346. Okay, so it didn't really deal that much. Just over 150 damage, I think. If we quickly just try this again, let's build up a load of speed, and then let's enable this and heal it. We should be able to see that it should now go down ever so slightly again. And this time it's on 371. Now, one thing, can I put the spear in my offhand? I can. Okay, I can do this, and I think this is going to work. Oops, I killed a slime on my way. This might work better and deal more damage now that I have the spear in my offhand. Let's make sure we go low enough, and let's see. Okay, there we go. We dealt some damage there. I don't know if that was a trident that dealt the damage or if it was the spear. But the health is 488, so I'm guessing that was the trident. Okay, it definitely was the trident because the spear doesn't activate when you are using the propel from the trident. so technically the spear wasn't dealing damage there. Now there are ways in the game to go a lot faster, like using effects. We want to make sure this is possible in survival mode, because for example I could just give myself speed and then the infinite of 255, and you can now see that I am running very quick. So if I activate the spear, you can see just running straight through, I have one hit the warden. But once again, this type of speed isn't possible inside of survival mode. So that is the testing I'm going to do. Now, it doesn't seem like there is a cap like I first thought. It just seems like it's quite difficult to get the timing correct for when you activate the speed to how fast you are going. I think the damage for the speed you're going is very balanced. I think it's probably about right. I don't think it should do any more damage, and I don't think it should do any less damage. I think there is one problem that I think Minecraft should change, and that is the damage for the normal walking speed. Because if I quickly just try to kill this creeper, it takes about 3 sprint hits for us to kill a creeper. So this means creepers, zombies, skeletons will take 3 hits with a spear just to kill when you are sprinting at them. And honestly, I think it should be 1 hit or 2 hits. And this is, don't forget, this is a Netherite version. But overall, I think the spear is in a very good position. I think obviously there are some balance changes that need to be made, like maybe a little bit more damage when you are going slower. And I have loved messing around with a spear. It's such a cool weapon. That is where I'm going to end this video. If you enjoyed, do like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of the spear and if you would like to see any changes made. But anyway, I'll see you guys in another one very soon. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.